And a very pleasant good evening, football fans, and welcome to week number 5 of Henley Hornets football. The Hornets on the road this week for the 4th time in 5 tries, this time here in Murphy, Oregon, taking on the Hidden Valley Mustangs. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. Along with me is Kevin Petrick. We are once again on the road in Murphy, just south of Grants Pass, the climate city in Josephine County. Hornets hitting the road again this week, and just when we thought we were comfortable at home, Kevin, they drag us back out all the way over the hill, but it's a nice night for football, isn't it?
It is very nice here. Little wind kind of kicking in. The flag's moving a little bit, but very, very nice. Clear skies. We were here last year. I think it's still nicer than it was last year, but Henley's used to playing here, so we're hoping for a good one.
Hornets enter play tonight 2-2. They're 1-1 in league play. The Hornets are still undefeated, 4-0. They've got that one league win that came against Ashland earlier in the season. You look at these two teams, and I think different expectations coming into this season for both teams. Hidden Valley, second-year head coach Mike Fenger starting to rebuild this program a little bit as they rejoined the 4A a couple seasons ago. Henley has been well, frankly, quite good in the games that we've seen them so far this season. I think we expect some of the same. They are weathered. They've been on the road. I think we can expect more of the same from the Hornets this evening.
Yeah, Henley's first 4 games have been just fantastic. You almost can't ask for anything more. They've scored a lot on offense. Defenses look terrific, and they'll need to continue to do that to get a win. You know, Hidden Valley's a tough place to play.
Yes, it is.
And these two schools have played difficult games against one another, so but by no means is this going to be an easy win for Henley.
Absolutely not, and we'll talk a little bit more about this as we continue our pregame coverage tonight, but just like last week, it's looking like it's going to be a battle won by the running backs of these two squads. You've got Logan Whitlock for Henley, and as I bring up the numbers here, Logan is second in the state in rushing yards, first in the state in rushing touchdowns. You've got Daniel Iwamizu for Hidden Valley, third in the state in rushing yards, 7th in rushing touchdowns. These guys can both stuff the stat sheet, and it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, and not just that, but I noticed, you know, the quarterbacks can also run for both teams.
Absolutely.
So the backfields are stacked, and we will see some good those players will all get their yards tonight. It's just a matter of which defense can do a better job of controlling them and stopping those drives before they turn into points.
Really excited to see how this turns out. As if you're watching the video stream tonight on mybasin.com, beautiful scenery here just south of Grants Pass, looking back at the Rogue Valley. It is a beautiful night for football. We'll give you a full look at the weather coming up. Also take a look at what else is happening around the state and in the Big Sky Conference. That's all coming up as we continue our coverage of Henley Hall on 104.3 and 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, the retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video tonight on mybasin.com. It is a wonderful night for football here in Murphy, Oregon, just south of Grants Pass. 77 degrees right now. We should be in the high 60s by the time this game concludes this evening. It's a great night for it. Again, if you're watching on our video stream on mybasin.com, you can see the Rogue Valley in the background tonight. One of the best views in 4A football here at Hidden Valley High School, the site of the Hornets taking on the Mustangs tonight. It should be a great one as Henley comes in to tonight's matchup in a bit of a tie for first place in the Big Sky Conference. Mazama is atop the league at a 2-0 record. They have that win against Ashland counted as well. The Grizzlies forfeited against the Vikings this week, so Mazama grabbing a win there. They're 5-0 on the season. Marshfield also 2-0 in league play. They do have that one loss to Cascade on their overall record, so they are 3-1 overall, followed then by the Henley Hornets, who are 1-0 in league play, 4-0 overall on the season, one of only two undefeated teams left in the state, of course, with the Mazama Vikings. Klamath Union is in fourth place in the conference, 1-1 in conference play, 2-2 overall. So are these Hidden Valley Mustangs, also 1-1 with a 2-2 overall mark. North Bend and Ashland still winless in league play, but each of them do have an overall win against a non-league opponent. North Bend 1-3, Ashland is 1-4. A couple other games going on tonight in the Big Sky Conference. Klamath Union over on the coast taking on North Bend. Marshfield is playing a non-league contest against Junction City tonight. Be interested to keep track of some of those games. Back in the Basin, Lost River taking on Bonanza. We'll have score updates from that game as we continue tonight's coverage, as well as Chiloquin at home against Camas Valley. Cross Point Christian is taking on the Prospect Butte Falls Co-op tonight as well over there at Cross Point in the Basin. Of course, if you're looking forward to tomorrow, some college football on tap. Number 13 Oregon taking on Stanford. Oregon State visiting the 12th-ranked Utah Utes. Of course, you can listen to that game starting at 9 a.m. on our station, 104.3 and 960 Sports. And if you're concerned about some NAIA football, the Southern Oregon Raiders visiting Eastern Oregon tomorrow afternoon. Lots of football, and that means it's fall, Kevin. It's starting to feel like it a little bit here in Grants Pass, too.
Yeah, the Beavers got the bacon and eggs slot tomorrow.
Yeah, they do.
That's an early tailgate right there.
Yeah, 9 a.m. pregame on 104.3 and 960 Sports. I was telling people at the station that. They said 9 a.m.? Who's going to be awake for that? I said, I'll be awake for that.
Yeah, right.
Take a look at the top 10 of the state. Kevin, you and I have talked about it a couple of times. The coaches' polls compared to the rankings that the OSAA does by a mathematical equation. They're starting to sync up a little bit more as we move through the weeks. Mazama is number one according to the coaches and the numbers. No surprise there. The Vikings have done really well this season. Baker is ranked number 2 according to the numbers. The coaches have him at number 7. The Hornets are 3 in both categories, followed by Marist at 4 in the OSAA rankings. Scappoose is 5th. Estacada is ranked 6th, and the coaches have them at number 2, followed by Pendleton at 7. Madras is in the top 10 according to the OSAA as well. The coaches do not have them ranked, followed by Cascade, who is 9 in each, and Woodburn, who is 10, not ranked by the coaches. So it's starting to even out just a little bit, but I think, it's no question that Henley and Mazama are towards the top of that list, and you've got these other schools from the Eugene area that are always challenging as well, but it's starting to shape up around the state.
Yeah, just like we thought. It takes 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, and then you get the numbers in and you get the non-league schedules out of the way, and you're right, the polls are pretty close. Henley getting a lot of attention, jumping up to 3 after that nice win last week, so they have some momentum on their side, and they want to keep going. They've
got a tough opponent in front of them tonight, the Hidden Valley Mustangs. We'll dive a little bit more into this matchup when we come back, and we continue our pregame coverage of Hornets football on 104.3 and 60 Sports HD video on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And welcome you back to Henley Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports. With HD video on mybasin.com, we are getting ready to present the Star Spangled Banner, America's national anthem, here at Hidden Valley High School, and we'll tune in for that. Just a few minutes away from Friday night football tonight in Murphy, Oregon. The Hornets on the road taking on the Hidden Valley Mustangs. And as we get closer to kickoff, I'm Josh Eldridge, Kevin Petrick along with me. We talked about it a little bit a few minutes ago. Battle of running backs tonight. Mentioned the quarterbacks can move around a little bit too. You got any thoughts before we kick things off tonight, Kev?
Yeah, Henley's definitely going to want to focus on the running game of Hidden Valley. Hidden Valley's proven they can move the ball. Henley, I feel out. I don't know if you do as well, Josh. I think Henley's reached that point that they reached last year where we thought they could call any play. They're kind of there. They played good teams. Coach Paschke can dial up pretty much anything, and they can execute. So the key to Henley, once again, will be how can they mix up the offense, cause some surprises, kind of surprise that defense, and move the ball. They scored really quickly last week. They're going to want to do that again tonight if they can.
Really excited to see this one kick off. The Hornets with an undefeated record on the line tonight against the 2-2 Hidden Valley team. The captains are on their way to meet at midfield. We'll tell you the results of the coin toss when we return and are ready for kickoff on 104.3 and 960 Sports. You've got HD video on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Well, the coin toss is complete. The captains head back, and we are just about ready for football this evening from Murphy, Oregon. Hidden Valley tonight in their home blue uniforms. They've got blue pants, blue jerseys, a little orange stripe on the shoulders, white helmets tonight. That's a new addition to this Hidden Valley uniform. For Henley tonight, navy blue caps with the yellow H, yellow stripe down the middle, white jerseys with yellow numbering, and navy blue trim, the yellow pants with a navy blue stripe as well. The Hornets lost the coin toss. They are forced to kick as the Mustangs will be receiving. They are going from right to left.
Tonight's one of those games I'd call separator games. We've played enough games now in the league where we definitely have a top and a bottom tier. Henley's going to want to stay in that top. Hidden Valley's going to want to creep into that top group. So the result of this game, I think, will have a big influence on those top three, top four for the playoffs later.
Certainly, and we've talked about it. The Big Sky could send possibly 4 teams to playoffs. Hidden Valley is they are in the mix. They're 500 right now, early parts of the season. They are a relatively young squad too. Let's count them up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors on their team, 6 seniors on their team. And so that's something certainly to keep track of. And it's a younger squad that is still, again, kind of on the upward trajectory after a coaching change a couple of years ago. Mike Fanger, in his second season at Hidden Valley, has a 7-6 record through these about 1.5 seasons. He has been a coach, though, for 14 years, and we'll talk a little bit more about Coach Fanger. But the kick is up. The Hornets and the Mustangs getting ready to go at it. The kick is going to bounce around into the end zone. Back there to catch it was Braxton Breardy, and just bounced into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Hidden Valley will take over at their own 20-yard line.
We'll keep an eye on the special teams tonight, Josh. The field goals in the kicking game has been kind of in the mix when Hidden Valley takes the field. I know they lost a close one at KU.
Absolutely,
with some kicking involved. And these two teams have played with some close field goals at the end as well.
Certainly, last year we came over here to Hidden Valley, and it was a 10-7 finish.
Yeah.
Hidden Valley missed 2 field goals down the line. A couple years ago, it was a walk-off field goal that won Hidden Valley the game over at Hill O'Brien Field.
Exactly.
So certainly, it's been a tight contest between these two squads. 1st and 10, Hidden Valley from their own 20. We'll get you the starters after this. Their quarterback, Austin Klinger, takes the snap. Play action pass to the near side for Stone. Stone taking it upfield and brought down at about the 31, so an 11-yard gain for Naren Stone. The sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds, part of the wide receiver core for Hidden Valley with Braxton Breardy and John Cassow. Their running back, Daniel Iwamizu, is a guy you're going to want to keep your eye on tonight. Number 8, the senior, 5 foot 11, 205 pounds. Austin Klinger, number 2, their quarterback, and Zach Humphrey, also a wide receiver, will get you the offensive line for the Mustangs after this. It'll be 1st and 10, Hidden Valley after an 11-yard passing play got them started. It is 1st and 10 from their own 31. Klinger with Iwamizu back there, takes the snap. It's a handoff to Iwamizu coming into the near side. He's wrapped up and brought down for a 1-yard loss. 2nd down on the way.
Cooper Grow with nice defensive play. Henley's line did a nice job after that first play. Good opening play by Hidden Valley. Picked up 11. Just a nice little short pass to the near sideline. And that's what they're going to want to do, move that ball.
Up front for the Mustangs, Brock Lewis, Sage Pimentel, Victor Serra, Tyler Van Boven, and Aiden Canott. Klinger, quick pass to the right side, again finds his target, Stone, down the far sideline, and cuts upfield for a gain of 10, still short of the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1.
And that was that same play to the other side. That play's worked for them so far. A good gainer. It'll be 3rd and really short here.
First opportunity for the Mustangs to convert on 3rd down tonight. Hornets defense has done a good job of getting off the field this season after that Week 1 game against Seaside where they had a little bit of trouble. They ironed that out, and they've done a good job on 3rd down this season. 3rd and 1 for the Mustangs. Canott with Iwamizu to his right. Klinger with Iwamizu to his right. This one is a handoff to Iwamizu. Cuts upfield, gets the 1st down, and a gain of about 4 on the play as he gets up to the 44. It's 1st down Mustangs.
Carpenter with a nice tackle just beyond the 1st down marker.
2 first downs for Hidden Valley already tonight. This is the 5th play of the drive coming up. Coming from the near hash, the Mustangs with 2 wide receivers out to the right and 2 men in the backfield. They've got Cassow in motion. Klinger dropping back to pass, rolling to his right. He's being ushered to the sideline, fires across the middle of the field, and a late flag. The pass was completed about the 40 on the other side of midfield, but there is a flag in the backfield. We'll see if this play stands. Believe that Klinger was in front of the line of scrimmage when he let that one go.
That might have been an illegal man downfield.
Gotcha.
I think that was the call. And that was a good little play and a good catch by the receiver. The Hornets actually covered it very well, but that catch will not count.
And it's coming back 5 yards as well, so it'll be 1st and 15 for Hidden Valley. Klinger throwing the ball a little bit, but he's been known for his rushing this season. 326 rushing yards on the year. That's 15th in the state. 1st and 15. Klinger takes the snap, and a flag is thrown.
Yeah, moving a little bit too early there for the Mustangs.
So it's coming back just a bit further, and already we're seeing it. We saw it quite a bit last week, the drive killers with these penalties. Happened quite a bit with Cascade and Henley last week. And we're seeing it here in the first quarter. Still a lot of ball game left, 9:17 to go, still in the first quarter of a scoreless ball game. But Hidden Valley already up against it with a 1st and 20 situation. The yard to gain is the 46 on the other side of midfield. First and 10, Iwamizu to the right of Klinger. Klinger drops back to pass, looking to the near side, having to roll to his right. He's cutting upfield. There's a flag in the backfield. Klinger cuts upfield for a gain of maybe 4, but again, there is a flag down. And so we'll see if this one is coming back as well.
Owen Northcutt was providing the pressure, and they had to hold him to keep him off the quarterback. Good defensive play by Owen that time.
Northcutt does apply a lot of pressure this season. He's got 15 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Thought it might be a little bit more on the TFLs, but he's just active out there on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's had a very good season thus far.
That holding call brings Hidden Valley back to the 19-yard line. It's first and about 30.
Yeah, they have a ways to go. Henley mixing up the personnel a little bit. I know they had some kids dinged up. Shaw Stork was in on that last play. He's playing a little defense tonight. We'll see him in the middle of the field there.
All right, first and 30 for Hidden Valley from their own 19. Toss out to Iwamizu to the near side. He's got a couple blockers upfield, cuts up to the 25 and is wrestled down at the 28-yard line, 27-yard line. And so a fine gain there of about 8 yards. Still second and about 22.
Fox and Bennett helped make the stop on that one for the Hornets. You just want to make sure of the down and distance here. Just don't give up anything deep. You can probably get the ball back. It's still second and a long way. 27, looks like.
8th play of the drive coming up for Hidden Valley. Second 27. Klinger dropping back to pass, feeling a little bit of pressure. Moving off to his right. Fires one over the middle of the field. It is incomplete. The intended target was Stone downfield, and that will bring up third.
I think that was Chris Janney over there with the coverage. It was well defended by the Hornets that time. And looks like another passing down with third and very long.
Even in this first drive, you can see Henley able to force Klinger out of the pocket just a little bit, keep moving him over to that right side.
Right.
They're keeping him uncomfortable, at least early. Third and 27 for the Mustangs. Set out to the near side is Zach Humphrey, their wide receiver, along with John Cassow. Klinger by himself in the backfield. They've got 5 wide. Feeling pressure, rolling to his right again. Fires over the middle of the field. It is swatted, incomplete.
Owen Sheen made a run at that one. He came from way on the other side of the field, got in front of that ball, and it fell incomplete, bringing up a 4th down.
And so it'll be Janney back to receive the punt. Yes, 4th and forever. This is a punting situation without a doubt. Early in the ball game, 7.5 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3 penalties on one drive. That will cause some problems for sure.
The kick is up from the 15. Janney lets it bounce around the 40. He fields it on a hop and is stuffed at the 35. Didn't get too far, but didn't want to let that one get behind him either. A smart play will start the Hornets' first possession of the ball game.
I like how he fielded the ball. Sometimes they're told, if it's close, let it go, but that ball could have rolled 20 more yards, Josh, I think, if he let it go. So sometimes you take a little risk. That was a good move in field position for Henley.
Well, as the Hornets get ready to start their first drive on offense, we'll remind you that this game is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. Come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. The Hornets slid out on the field by Shaw Stork and Logan Whitlock, a receiving crew of Owen Sheen, Luke Bennett, and Chris Janney. And we'll get you the line after this. First play of scrimmage is a handoff to Logan Whitlock, who bounces around to the left side. He has a little bit of room upfield. He's up past midfield now before being dragged down on the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 14 on the opening play from scrimmage for the Hornets.
When you have the season that he's had so far, he runs with confidence. I mean, right on the first play, he has the quickness. He makes aggressive cuts, and he picked up a big bunch right there.
Whitlock first in the state in rushing touchdowns, second in rushing yards at 674. First and 10. This one another handoff to Whitlock, although this time he's coming to the near side. He gets up to the 45, now to the 40 before being wrestled down at about the 36-yard line. 37 maybe. That is good for a Hornets first down and a gain of about 11.
Well done. Another nice run. He almost certainly leads the state in yards per carry, I think, Josh. I haven't looked, but
he's at 11.8 yards per carry.
Yeah, when he gets it, things happen for sure. Another big gain.
First and 10 for the Hornets from the Hidden Valley 37. Design quarterback keeper for Stork as he tries to cut up the left side. He finds some room upfield. Flag down as Stork cuts upfield for about 11 yards, but again, Laundrie found at about the 15, so well away from the play. We'll see what the officials saw.
We've seen quite a few penalties already, and it's early.
So block in the back from the offense. So this one coming back.
And we'll see if Henley can overcome the penalties. Hidden Valley could not. I think that's what cost them that first drive.
Well, Hidden Valley got stuck with about 3 or 4 penalties back to back. You're
going to need to watch your blocks today.
Certainly. All right, it'll be first and about 8. Play action pass coming to the near side. The pass is complete to Bennett. Bennett is hit and dragged down at the near sideline. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. No, pardon me, about 8 on the play. Good enough for a Hornets first down.
That was a nice little play drawn up there. Bennett kind of just drug across the middle, the line of scrimmage there. Sean made an easy throw. Luke picked up the first.
6.5 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless as the Hornets driving downfield. It's first and 10 from the Hidden Valley 27. Quick pass to the far side to Janney. He's able to cut upfield. He gets past the defenders inside the 10, inside the 5, and a touchdown for Chris Janney and the Henley Hornets.
Another short pass. Both teams having the success with a short pass. That one, good enough for a touchdown. He was wide open over there. Good throw, good catch. 6 points.
And that was from about 27 yards out for Janney. That is touchdown catch number 3 on the season. Stork tossing his 9th touchdown of the year right there. And now we'll see what the Hornets decide to do. A bit of an odd formation coming out here early, although they've done this before and then decided to kick the extra point. It looks like that's what's happening again here.
Yeah, they like to do that shift. They kind of look over the defense. And they decide that they're going to kick this one.
Owen Sheen to do the honors. He's 9 for 15 on the year. The kick is up, and it is good. The Hornets out to a 7-0 lead with 6:08 to go in the first quarter on the road against the Hidden Valley Mustangs. We'll be back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybait.com.
Oregon men and women basketball season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $75 for 30 games. Come help us celebrate our 75th anniversary and cheer on the Hustlin' Owls. Reserved season seats start at $175. And our all-new Family Pass gets a family of 4 in on the action starting at just $200. Go to OregonTechOwls.com/tickets to order. We will see you at Danny Miles Court.
It took the Hornets 4 plays and a minute and a half to drive 65 yards and punch it in for their first touchdown of the ball game. They're up 7-0 with 6:08 to go in the first quarter. They capped it off with a 27-yard Chris Janney touchdown catch. That would be his 3rd of the season.
What a great start. You know, just all the things we talked about. Took them about 2 minutes to score, even number of passes and runs. That's just what you want on the road. Opening drive touchdown.
Back to receive for Hidden Valley is Braxton Breardy. The kick from Sheen is up. Breardy fields it at about the 5. Bringing it up, trying to go right down the middle, up past the 20. Now to the 30 before being wrestled down at about the 33-yard line. Good return there as the Mustangs start their second drive of the ballgame. First one ended in a punt after 9 plays. The Mustangs got held up on penalties last time out, hoping for different fortunes here as they take over with just under 6 minutes to go in the first.
Mark Carpenter with a nice special teams tackle as the Hornets defense takes the field.
First and 10, Hidden Valley from their own 34. Klinger under center. This is going to be a handoff to Iwamizu, who tries to truck up the middle, and he falls forward for a gain of about 4 or 5. Second down on the way for the Mustangs.
Man, he runs hard.
Yes, he does. He's tall, too.
Yeah, he squares those shoulders, and he just runs north-south. Cole Redmond finally drug him down, but not after a pickup of about 5.
You don't see too many running backs that are about 6 foot tall, but Daniel Iwamizu, he's a tough one to bring down.
Yep.
2nd and 5. Same formation for the Mustangs. This one's going to be another handoff to Iwamizu, battling up the middle. Another gain of about 3 or 4 yards brings up third.
Hornets did a nice job in the middle of the line that time. Matthew McCoy among the tacklers. And that brings up a third down situation.
Mustangs so far tonight 2 for 3 on such attempts. Third and 2. Klinger under center again. Another handoff to Iwamizu, this time coming to the near side. Tries to cut upfield, gets stopped right at the line to gain. It looks like he got it by maybe just a couple of feet. First down, Mustangs at the 45.
Bennett and Carpenter did everything they could to stop the ball carrier, but just enough for the first down. Hidden Valley, I would say, kind of a medium-paced team. They don't take it too long to get the play off, but they take their time.
First and 10 from the Mustang 45. Klinger back there with Iwamizu, sending a man in motion. This looks to be the sweep play. Wrapped up and tackled is Humphrey. And Henley snuffed out that play quick.
Wow, Owen Northcutt. That was a loss of about 7. He was way in the backfield. And whatever side he's on, you want to run away from it because he is causing all kinds of trouble again early in this game.
And it looks like there might have been a flag on the far side of the field. Face masking on Henley, so it looked like he was brought down a little awkwardly. It's tough to see from this angle, but the officials saw it, so this one's against the Hornets.
Yeah, I did not see that, so that's an unfortunate break for Henley.
Doesn't change. There was a good read by the Henley defense, so they got back there.
Right.
So that'll bring it forward. So less of a loss. It'll be first and 11. 3 receivers set out to the near side for the Mustangs. 2 on the far side, so 5 wide for Hidden Valley. Klinger alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops back, feels the pressure. Has to move to his right, moves up in the pocket. He's carrying it himself. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be second down.
I think that was Tappan causing problems back there. The Henley line is getting a lot of penetration now. Different linemen are breaking through and getting in that backfield and making it difficult for the Mustangs.
The marker out there says third down. So we'll say it's third down as well. Third and about 9. The yard to gain is the 45, and timeout is going to be called by Hidden Valley. We will stick with you through this timeout. It is a fine time to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza's locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or at 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school athletics. And there you see on our video stream on mybasin.com, the Hidden Valley Mustangs, the home team tonight, coached by Mike Fanger in his second season. He's been a head coach for high school for 14 years, a 67-72 record overall. He was at Glencoe for a handful of seasons, West Lynn, Lincoln. He was at LaSalle in the mid-2000s. He's well-traveled. He took a break for a couple of years, was an offensive coordinator up in Tigard, and decided it was time to take the reins at Hidden Valley after the departure of James Powers just a couple of seasons ago. So still a young group for the Mustangs. Again, only about 6 seniors and a relatively new head coach. But this program and this team is, they look all right so far. They're on the up and up.
Yep, and he'll get them going. I wouldn't want to play them later in the season. I think this is a team that will get better as the season goes on for sure. So if you look at the live stream, you also may notice the bleachers on the far side aren't there this year. I think they're redoing those. So we have a good crowd. It's full over here because the Henley and Hidden Valley fans are all sitting together over on this side. So a good turnout tonight.
Love the packed house here at Hidden Valley. It's always a nice atmosphere. There you can see it there watching the video stream. The patrons here in the stand. They brought a food truck out here. They do it up here at Hidden Valley. 3:10 to go in the ball game, or in the first quarter, pardon me. 7-0, Henley leads.
Josh, you were right. Part of the reason for this timeout, maybe they did fix the down over there. I know you had questioned it. It is second down now.
And it looks like they still credited Hidden Valley with the timeout. But it will be 2nd and 9. Man in motion is Stone. Klinger drops back to pass. He's wrapped up, breaks a tackle, and fires it out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd down on the way for the Mustangs.
Nolan Northcutt almost had himself a sack. He forced a quick throw. So good defensive play by Nolan. 3rd down situation.
I'll retract what I said earlier. Hidden Valley has only been faced with 2 third downs tonight. So far, they're 2 for 2. So they've had a bit of luck. Right now, 3rd and 9. It would be their longest attempt of the evening.
They're not afraid to throw. They've tried to throw here a few times.
Klinger back there with Iwamizu. 3 receivers to the near side for Klinger. Takes the snap, drops back, feels the pressure, moves up in the pocket, fires one over the middle of the field, and it is caught at the 40. A nice catch there by Stone. Earns the Mustangs a 1st down and a gain of about 15.
That was quite a play. The ball was caught right in the middle of the field, and Klingler did a nice job of stepping up in the pocket, which gave him some time, and he had to throw a dart. He really ripped that thing about ankle high. And the receiver went down and made a nice grab. Very nice.
1st and 10 Mustangs from the Henley 40 is Hidden Valley driving from right to left. 2 receivers to the near side. Klinger under center for the fullback and the running back Iwamizu behind him. It's going to be a handoff to Iwamizu, finding his way up the middle, powering forward for a gain of 4, 2nd down.
Looks like Matthew McCoy called his name a couple times with the tackle. Hidden Valley doing their own version of kind of mixing things up. They've thrown the ball a little more than I thought they would in the early going here.
I think so too. I expected them to run the ball a little bit more, but they've had success both ways. It's 2nd and about 6. 2:05 to go in the first quarter. Henley leads 7-0. Klinger for Hidden Valley under center again. He trips trying to hand the ball off to Iwamizu and is marked down after the stumble. So a bit of a broken play there will put Hidden Valley back a couple of yards. Unfortunate break there for Klinger, the sophomore. It'll be 3rd and long.
That was unfortunate. Of course, in high school, if your knee hits the ground, you're down, whether you're touched or not. So when he slipped behind center and fell, that ball was marked dead right there. So it's a loss of 3 or 4. And it brings up 3rd and long. Another big 3rd down play.
Hidden Valley's had success. They are 3 for 3 on 3rd downs tonight. They converted a 3rd and 9. Well, earlier this drive. 1:57 to go in the first. Henley leads 7-0. 2 receivers to either side for Klinger. Continue to move the receivers around. This looks to be a option. Klinger tosses it out to Iwamizu. He battles up, but it looks to be a loss on the play. Loss of 1. It'll bring up 4th and 10.
That was some nice defense there. Owen Sheen came up from his defensive back position to cause some havoc in the backfield, limiting that carry. So 4th down and 10. They're kind of in that weird spot on the field right at the 40 where a punt doesn't really do you much. A field goes too far, probably. So they'll probably go for it.
Yeah, and that's what it looks like. And see the formation. It looks to be 5 wide set. Klinger again alone in the backfield. Hidden Valley has busted this out a couple of times. Klinger takes the snap, drops back, looks to the near side, feels the pressure, rolls to his right, has to cut upfield, fires over the middle of the field. It's caught for another Hidden Valley 1st down. A gain of 17 down the field. Making the catch for the Mustangs was John Cassow.
Klingler's good at that. We've seen that 3 times now on 3rd down. He can avoid the rush, which has been strong from Henley, and then he just throws a dart down in the middle of the field each time And his receiver's doing a nice job of kind of finding that seam because they're open down there. Good enough for a first down once again.
38 seconds to go in the first. Henley leads 7-0. And 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Iwamizu again. Battling up and brought down after a gain of maybe 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Hidden Valley's doing a nice job of just staying confident with their play calling. They're getting some 3rd and longs, but they're sticking with it. After giving up a quick touchdown, they're putting together a drive of their own.
Looks like this will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Low-scoring affair so far. Henley up 7-0 over Hidden Valley. We'll be back with second quarter action on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD video on Basin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. Getting started with the second quarter of play from Murphy, Oregon, just south of Grants Pass. The Hornets up 7-0 after a quarter of play. Hidden Valley has been driving for 6 minutes. This is the 12th play of the drive coming up. Klinger with 5 wide again. It is 2nd and about 7 from the Henley 19. It's a keeper for Klinger. He gets wrapped up and wrestled down after a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and about 3.5, maybe 3 yards.
Good stop by Cooper Grow. The lineman getting a lot of tackles tonight, which is what you want. That means that the gains are not that far downfield. It's a good sign. And this is a big 3rd down here.
Mustangs tonight 3 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. One of their shorter attempts thus far. It is 3rd and about 3. Taking it from the near hash as the Mustangs drive from left to right. One receiver out to the left, make that 2 for Klinger. Again, alone in the backfield. Timeout called. Hidden Valley, that is their 2nd timeout in this half. 1 remaining. A fine time to remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Also, Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and home owners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. Mustangs have put together quite the drive here. This is going to be play number 13 and going on 6 minutes on this drive for the Mustangs.
That was a good timeout. They want to get this play right. They want to get this 3rd down picked up if you're Hidden Valley.
All right, 3rd and about 3 for the Mustangs. Again with the ISO formation. This is going to be a handoff to Iwamizu, who finds a gap. Battling forward, he's dragging defenders for the first down and then some. Called out a gain of about 8 yards. Another Mustangs first down inside the 10, not quite to the 5, call it the 6. It'll be 1st and goal for Hidden Valley.
Good power running. And that's what we said coming into this game. That's their strength. And when they needed a big play, they got it.
This time a timeout called by the Hornets. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness have the most understanding personal trainers that you could ask for. They help you get motivated, and their workouts will make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness wants you to lose those reins and get your gains. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate. Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. It is 7-0 Hornets with 11:02 to go in the first half. And the Mustangs in the red zone. It'll be first and goal when we come back from the Henley 6-yard line.
You start to see patterns emerge, and how many times have we seen this? Really long drives by the opponent, trying to keep Henley's offense off the field. And if they can cash in, it'll be mission accomplished for sure.
Hidden Valley has relied on the run a lot tonight, first and second down. They've had success through the air on third down. Again, tonight, you look at the numbers, they are 4 for 5. Here we go, bunch set. Looks to be a sneak for Klinger, trying to push forward. I don't think he's going to get there. It is a solid gain, though, of about 3 or 4 yards inside the 5 and about the 3. It'll be second and goal.
That's one of those push plays where quarterback just kept the football and just started driving forward, and the whole team just pushed him toward the goal line, and it was good for about 3 yards.
So they marked him down at the 4. It'll be second and goal, and it looks like the same idea, although this time it's going to be a handoff to Iwamizu. Iwamizu is stood up, and he falls into the end zone for a Mustangs touchdown.
That's good old-fashioned power running to cap off that drive.
Iwamizu, that is his 8th rushing touchdown of the season, brings the Mustangs within 1, and now they've got to try for the extra point. On the kick for Hidden Valley is Sequoia Hall. The snap, the hold by Klinger, the kick by Hall, and it is good. Hidden Valley tying this game 7-all with 10:24 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back as we continue our coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com.
Oregon Tech men and women basketball season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $75 for 30 games. Come help us celebrate our 75th anniversary and cheer on the Hustlin' Owls. Reserved season seats start at $175. And our all-new Family Pass gets a family of 4 in on the action starting at just $200. Go to OregonTechOwls.com/tickets to order. We will see you at Danny Miles Court.
15. Welcome you back to the second quarter. 10:24 to go in the first half. 7-all as the Mustangs drove down and scored. It took them about 7.5 minutes to go 66 yards. Took them 15 plays and capped off with a Daniel Iwamizu 3-yard touchdown rush. We're knotted at 7. Again, 10:24 to go in the first half.
I think the third downs were big on that drive. They had a few third down and long, and Henley kind of had them where they wanted them, but they converted that first down and a touchdown at the end. That was a nice drive by the Mustangs.
Kick kind of comes to the near side. Sheen calls for the fair catch right about the 32 or 33-yard line. That is where Henley will start, actually marking it at the 31. So that is where Henley will start their second drive of the game here in the second quarter.
They've only had the ball one time.
They punched it in on their first go-around on just 4 plays. So this offense hasn't seen the field too much. Time to loosen up those leg muscles, I think.
They're starting to get used to this. They get limited possessions in these first halves.
It'll be first and 10 from their own 31. The Hornets going from right to left. Stork back there with Whitlock. 3 receivers out to his right. This is going to be a handoff to Whitlock. Goes to the right, tries to cut back, finds a little bit of an avenue, falls forward for a gain of 1. Whitlock staying on his feet. Didn't have room, but he created some room. It'll be second and 9.
Yeah, he tried his best. He changed direction a few times, but that was good defense by the lineman up front for the Mustangs, and he picked up 1. Henley on the ball quickly.
Second and 9. Stork looking to pass to the near side. It's complete to Bennett. Has a couple blockers, but is wrapped up and brought down after only a gain of 1, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and long.
Now, last week, that play was successful. They got the ball to Luke quickly, and he was able to make someone miss and go for a long gain. Reese Cannot with the tackle. He had good coverage and didn't allow that to happen. So just a short gain of about 3.
3rd and 7. That's what they're marking it. Stork takes a snap. Rolling over to his right. Pass downfield is caught. Moving across midfield. Now up to the 45. Inside the 40. Wrestled down at the 30. In on the catch for the Hornets was Chris Janney.
That was Janney, and what a nice catch. Stork had to move quickly to his right, and he had to throw a bullet. And the ball was thrown a little bit away from Chris, and he made a nice, got his hands out there, made a nice grab.
It'll be 1st and 10 Hornets. Now inside Hidden Valley territory at the 30. 3 receivers to the near side for Shaw. Whitlock going to fake the handoff. Stork feeling a little bit of pressure, trying to move around to his right. Cuts upfield along the far sideline and moves up for a gain of 11. They're giving him the first down. That was quite the move by Stork to finesse around that first down marker and up for a gain of 11 and a Hornets first down.
Very nice. That play was the design pass and really, really good coverage in the secondary for Hidden Valley. Forced Shaw to run, and he picked up 11.
It'll be 1st and 10 now from the Hidden Valley 20. This is a handoff to Whitlock. Tries to go right, decides to come left to the near side, and finds his way upfield for a gain of 7.
Some more fancy footwork. That could have easily gone for a no gain, but he turned it into 5.
Tied at 7, 8.5 to go in the first half.
Henley really upping the pace. They're back on the ball quickly.
Same formation for the Hornets. Stork with Whitlock. Another handoff to Logan. He breaks one tackle, cuts upfield, now inside the 5 before being brought down at the 4. 1st and goal Hornets on another solid gain of about 10, maybe a bit more for Logan Whitlock.
Yeah, he almost scored. And Henley again, quickly, very quick on this drive.
Another handoff. Well, that was a keeper for Stork. He tries to wrestle up, maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and goal.
At that time, Henley tried to get on the ball, especially quickly, and try to maybe surprise Hidden Valley, but they were able to stop Shaw short of the goal line.
Second and goal from the 3 for the Hornets. Stork collects the snap, handoff to Whitlock, has some room along the right side, and he is in for a Hornets touchdown.
Logan Whitlock right off tackle, well blocked, and the Hornets retake the lead. Good drive for the Henley Hornets once again. They score quickly. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
Now awaiting the extra point. Flags before the kick.
The kick doesn't count, but that thing hit the upright square. The upright's still shaking.
Well, we like that didn't count necessarily. We'll see what the call is, though.
Right.
Sheen will probably get a second crack at things, but
yeah,
our officials talking right about where the football was at the 2, the extra point. 7.5 to go in the first half. Hidden Valley up 13-7 after that touchdown from Whitlock. False start, Henley.
You're right, Josh. That might have been actually a lucky break for Henley because the kick was off.
So they'll get a second crack at it. As you back up, I think you could still trust Sheen's leg here, though, in my opinion.
I think so. The wind is right in his face, but it's still a short enough kick. He can make this.
The snap, the hold, the kick, I think got blocked. No good. The score remains 13-7. Henley in the lead, up by 6. That drive for the Hornets 8 plays, lasted 3 minutes. They went 69 yards, capped it off with a 3-yard Logan Whitlock touchdown run. Hornets up by 6.
At the last half of that drive, Henley's run game looked really strong. They just ran the ball those last 20 yards or so. So another good offensive outing. And Hidden Valley now, they're going to try to match. Down 13-7.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's Pizza. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza, pizza the way it ought to be. 13-7 Henley. 7.5 to go in the second quarter.
I always feel like these drives, when you're playing, whenever you're down a touchdown and your offense gets the ball, I always feel like it's important because just mentally, if you don't score, you don't want to be down 2 touchdowns.
Right.
That just seems like a big gap. But if you can score here, get the momentum back, and possibly take the lead, it's just a big possession.
Mustangs were able to score on their last possession. They kept it away from Henley for the better part of 7.5 minutes.
That's just how much is left in the half, so we'll see what they do.
The kick from Sheen is up. It is fielded on the near side. Coming up now to the 25. Now past the 30. Before being wrestled down at about the 34. A nice return that time by Hidden Valley's number 5, Josh Iwamizu.
That was a nice run. Looked to be down early on and drove forward for about 10 more yards. Kyle Nichols ended up making the tackle for Henley.
So the Mustangs take over at their own 35 with 7:19 to go in this first half. And the Mustangs engineered a 15-play drive last time out and ended up punching it in. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35. Iwamizu going out wide. Klinger alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. A design keeper. He's going left with it. He cuts upfield. Has a little bit of room. Brought down after a gain of 7. Maybe 8 on the play. Brings up 2nd.
Mark Carpenter with some good shoestring tackling there. Owen Sheen, I've noticed a couple times defensively the coaches are having him kind of stunt, and he almost caught that play from behind. So keep an eye on number 10 down there. He's doing some tricky things on D.
It'll be 2nd and 2, so a gain of 8 on the play by Klinger. Sends another man in motion. This is going to be a keeper for Klinger. He's wrapped up and brought down. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Maybe no gain. It'll bring up 3rd.
And there's Owen Northcutt making a big tackle for next to no gain. And 3rd down and about 2.
Mustangs have had great success on 3rd down tonight. They're 4 for 5.
They have. That's kind of been the difference in the game. They've been able to convert on these. Henley defense needs to get them off the field here.
13-7, 6:05 to go in the first half. Henley leads, 3rd and 2. This is going to be a handoff to Iwamizu, trying to find some room up the middle. He's got some room along the sideline. He cuts upfield for a gain of 7 and a Mustangs first down.
Good strong run. When Hidden Valley needs a big play, they go to Daniel. Picks it up again.
He's a big-time player. He is 3rd in the state in rushing yards. 1st and 10 from midfield. Three receivers to the near side. Another 5 wide for Hidden Valley. Klinger coming to the near side. It's a keeper for him. He cuts upfield for a gain of maybe 1 on the play. Janian on the tackle.
That was excellent open field tackling by Chris Janney. Quarterback's a good runner. Klingler can run the ball, and Janney made sure he did not get down the field.
2nd and 9. As the Mustangs continue to drive. 5 minutes to go in the first half. It's 13-7 Henley. Iwamizu back there with Klingler. A man in motion is Humphrey. Klinger fakes the handoff, moves upfield, and finds himself forward for a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Good pursuit by Matthew McCoy to make the stop. And that snap was fumbled and bobbled just a little bit. And sometimes that's all it takes to ruin the timing of a play. And that's what happened there. The defense was able to capitalize and keep him from picking up a lot of yards.
3rd and long situation for the Mustangs. But again, they've been successful on these 3rd downs. They've converted 5 times in 6 tries. 3rd and 7. Breardy in motion. Klinger looking left, dumps it off to Breardy. He is wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 2. 4th and 5.
Chris Janney again making an important stop on 3rd down. And there'll be some decision making here. It's 4th and 5.
You're at that spot of the field. You're at Henley's 45. I mean, if you look at 4th down conversions, Hidden Valley is 1 for 1. They've done this already once tonight.
If the Hornets can stop them, they will get really good field position out of this. So we'll see if Hidden Valley decides to kick or go for it. About 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the half.
And a flag. It's going to be delay a game against Hidden Valley. And so now you're moving back 5 yards. You're for 4th and 10 at midfield. This seems to be a punting situation, and it will be with 3:05 to go in the first half. Henley up 13-7.
Good stop by the Henley defense to force the punt. Well done.
The kick is going to be fielded at about the 15. Coming up down the near side, up past the 30. Now to the 35 and to the 40, running out of bounds on the near side. The ball carrier on that one was Luke Bennett.
That was Bennett, and that ball was a line drive, kind of end over end. He made a nice catch and a huge run back. That's going to give Henley a nice chance to score here late in the first half.
They brought it back to midfield. That is a 35-yard return there for Bennett. It'll be 1st and 10 Hornets with about 2.5 to go in the half. They're up 13-7.
This is one of the Hornets' strengths. They like that 2-minute drill. They've done it before, and they have a good chance to drive the ball and score some more points before the second quarter ends.
You know, before the Hornets take the field, if you're watching the video stream right now, you can see the Hidden Valley mascot, Applejack, doing a little bit of a dance there. I want Henley to get a mascot, get a kid in the costume. let's get it going. Come on.
We like mascots.
we do. 1st and 10. They're marking it at the 49 for the Hornets on their side of midfield. And
there's some kind of delay here. The officials are.
Yeah, not quite sure as the officials, I think, just waiting to get into place here potentially. I'm not quite sure what the holdup is. No signal from the Whitecap either way. Got an official standing at the football.
The clock is fine.
Yeah, the clock's not moving. Are they asking to add some time?
Yeah, I was wondering if they're trying to get the clock squared away the way they want it. It reads 2:39 right now.
Well, the Hornets are going to start with some pretty
go.
good field position, and they did add quite a bit of time. 3:09 now on the clock. So that is how the Hornets will start again, still at their own 49. First snap is a designed keeper for Stork, going up along the right side. There is a flag down. Stork cuts upfield and out of bounds after a gain of 7, but again, there is a flag. And so where it's thrown, you can make an educated guess and see where this is going.
It doesn't look good for Henley. That's unfortunate. Another nice pickup will be negated by penalty.
And holding against the Hornets. And so this one is coming back. We saw quite a few flags in that first quarter. Not too many so far here in the second.
Yeah.
But there was one there.
It's cooled off a little bit. And they're marching it back 10.
1st and 20.
A little bit more. The spot of the foul was a little deeper in the backfield, so
it'll be 1st and 21 officially. Stork with 3 receivers to the near side. Whitlock is off to his right, and 1 receiver over there to his right side as well. Shaw takes the snap, rolling to his right. Quick pass downfield. It is going to be incomplete. Down by the 30-yard line.
They went for the home run right there, and they almost converted. It was a pretty good throw, just couldn't quite bring it in. I think that was Carpenter over there. Intended. Oh, was that Sheen?
I think that's Sheen there on the far side, all by his lonesome. And
thank you.
Got some guys here to the near side. Janney. Let's see. We know that Bennett is out there as well. This is going to be a handoff to Whitlock. Battles forward. A nice gain of about 4 or 5. That will bring up 3rd and long for the Hornets.
The clock continues to run now, and Henley really not in a hurry.
Henley so far tonight on 3rd down, 1 for 1, although this is quite the ways to go. It's 3rd and 16.
Henley is taking their time.
Stork dropping back to pass on 3rd and 16. Runs up in the pocket. Fires one downfield. It's along the sideline. It is going to be caught.
He caught the ball.
At the 30. Oh, at the 25 downfield.
Wow.
What a catch.
That was a great catch. There was no question whether he caught it or not, but it was whether or not his feet were in.
Sure.
And he did get one in. So Henley knocking on the door again, just over 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
I believe that was Sheen along the far sideline as well. 1st and 10 from the Hidden Valley 25. This is going to be a handoff to Whitlock, trying to bounce around the far sideline. He gets wrapped up and taken down after a gain of 6.
He gets thrown out of bounds, and that's good to stop the clock. So Henley can pick the right play.
Stops it right at 2:01 to go in this first half. 13-7. Henley with the lead and with the football. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Hidden Valley 19.
Time not really a factor now. 2 minutes is plenty of time from this point on the field.
Stork takes the snap, fumbles the snap, picks it up, rolling around. He finds a way upfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe for a gain of 1 as well. Stork quick on his feet, turns a broken play into a gain of 1.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster. Luckily, he was able to pick it up and just avoid the tacklers. He picked it up with just enough time to kind of skid to the outside and make a positive play out of that. 3rd down.
Clock still rolling as well. 1:32 to go in this first half. It'll be 3rd and 3. Henley leads up 13-7. Handoff to Whitlock. Finds a hole up the middle. Stays on his feet after shedding 1 defender. Good for the first down. And call it a gain of 6 on the play. Brought down at the 12. It'll be 1st and 10.
Whitlock very good at finding even the most narrow crease. There wasn't a lot of room in there, but he was able to dart through there and pick up enough for the first.
Clock still rolling. 1:12 to go in this first half. 1st and 10 from the 12. This is going to be a play action pass. Stork looking into the end zone. And that is caught by Owen Sheen and a Hornets touchdown.
Another drive inside of 2 minutes there for the Hornets. Well done. That was just a slant. Owen just turned it right to the middle of the field from his wide out position, and Shaw made a perfect throw.
Hornets try for something quick on the 2-point conversion. A direct snap to Janney, and he jogs it in. That's how you get those points back, 21-7 with 1:03 to go. They finally used that formation, and it snuck up on me. I'm sure it snuck up on the Mustangs as well, but the two-point conversion good, 21-7 Henley.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. The first time we've seen that happen. That's why you do it every time. Set up in that kind of weird formation. If you see something that you like from the defense, you snap it to whoever's your back and just run it up the middle, and you get 2.
That drive for the Hornets, 50 yards, 8 plays, and it took them 2 minutes and 6 seconds. They do that real well at the that 2-minute drill. We've got an updated score at halftime. Lost River leads Bonanza 30-0. Matchup there in that conference with the Basin teams. Lost River looks good. Bonanza looks good too, but Lost River just looks better.
That's quite a rivalry when those two play.
Yes.
It's always a lot of fun, and a lot of people usually turn out down in the South County. Well, Henley got just what they wanted out of that, and there we're not talking about kind of mentally now, leading by 2 touchdowns. Kind of changes the game a little bit. Sometimes if you're down 2, you may tend to be a little desperate. You may want to throw a little more than you want to. We'll see how it plays out.
Mustangs do have 63 seconds to try to put a drive together. Only 1 timeout for the Mustangs. See what they can do on this kick return as the kick from Sheen is up. A bit of a line drive that's going to be picked up at the 15, bringing it up now past the 20, up to the 25, and wrestled down at the 29 on the return for the Mustangs. And I'm trying to find who that was. That looked to be Josh Iwamizu again.
Cooper
Oh,
Grow.
Cannot.
Cooper Grow with a tackle. Grow and McCoy have made a number of plays here in this first half.
They're marking it at the 30. Hidden Valley has a minute to drive downfield. They do have some time, though. Every time a first down, the clock is stopped. They go out of bounds, the clock is stopped. So it's not like the NFL where you only truly have 60 seconds.
Right. They've used a couple timeouts early.
Certainly, they've got 1 left.
Yeah, so that may be a detriment in this last minute.
1st and 10 from their own 30. Klingler dropping back to pass, finds his man on the far sideline, cutting upfield and running out of bounds after the catch was Naren Stone. Not good for the first down, but a gain of maybe 7 on the play, 6 or 7. 2nd down on the way for the Mustangs.
They like that play. Henley's kind of conceded that play. They've ran it a few times, and they get 7 or 8 each time.
That was a gain of about 6. You're right, 7. 2nd and 3 at the Mustang 37. Klingler sending a man in motion. Breardy coming to the near side. Klingler dropping back to pass. Coming to the near side. That's his right. Feels some pressure. Tries to fire one to the sideline. The intended target was Breardy, but it falls incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Good pressure from Henley defenders. Owen Northcutt was causing trouble, and then Logan Whitlock came from his linebacker spot to hurry that throw. There was a penalty flag, and they're sorting that out.
You see where the flag was thrown. It looks to be holding against Hidden Valley.
On
So
that far side.
yeah, on that far sideline, yeah.
So that'll back them up with just under 44 seconds to play in the half.
They'll get to redo 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and about 12 for the Mustangs. Doesn't change too much. Still got to get the ball downfield in the same amount of time. 43.6 to go in this half. Henley up 21-7 here on the road in Murphy. Here we go. 2nd and 12. Klingler under center. Going to hand this one off to Iwamizu, trying to come to the near side. He cuts upfield and out of bounds after a gain of about 7. On the play, it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Nichols, first one there to push him out. And the Hornets defense has done a nice job. I would say that they're containing Hidden Valley's offense tonight. They really haven't given up anything huge. Now they have marched the ball and they've had a lot of possession, but they've been able to keep them in check for the most part.
3rd and 5. Mustangs do have 1 timeout. 37 seconds to go in this first half. Same formation for the Mustangs. This is going to be a handoff to Iwamizu. This time he's taking it along the left side. Tries to find his way out of bounds, but kept in bounds and wrestled down after a gain of 1. And that will trigger, I imagine, a timeout. It looks like the official coming to the near side with the whistle, but there it is. No, timeout. Henley is going to be the one to take time here, as maybe they want to get the ball back with 27 seconds left and a timeout.
Right.
They lead 21-7.
Yeah, they may want to take a couple shots. So they will stop the clock here at 4th down.
We'll remind you at halftime, if you stick with us, we'll have a breakdown of the action we've seen in the first half. We'll have a couple of score updates from around the state, what's happening in the Basin, and take a look at what's happening tomorrow in college football. That's all coming up as we continue your coverage of Hornets football here in Week 5. Henley is still undefeated. They're looking for their first 5-0 start since 2019. It'll be 4th and about 4. The Mustangs are going to punt, and so Henley will get the ball back. They'll have a timeout to work with as well. The punt is up from about the 25, sky high. Bounces around at the 30. That's going to roll down to the 10 before the Mustangs touch it down. So Henley will have to go 90 yards in 14 seconds. If they want to convert on this drive, it'll probably be a couple of plays to do it. Again, they do have that one timeout if they're able to work quickly.
That was just what you want out of a punt. That thing rolled clear down inside the 10, and that makes Henley's chance to score pretty slim. They may even take a knee here. We'll see what they decide. There's only 14 seconds left to play in the half.
Mustangs, or pardon me, the Hornets. Yeah, they look to be
you don't want to make
up
it
there on the line of scrimmage.
You don't want to make any mistakes here. Just take your lead into half and be happy.
Stork takes the snap, takes the knee, and that will bring us to halftime tonight. The Henley Hornets up 21-7 over Hidden Valley after a half of football. As you can see, the clock winding down there. We're going to head to break. 21-7, Henley leads. We'll break it all down for you when we come back as we continue our coverage of Henley Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD video, mybasin.com.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Ugh, keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
It's halftime in Murphy, Oregon, just south of the Climate City Grants Pass here at Hidden Valley High School tonight. The Henley Hornets lead the Hidden Valley Mustangs 21-7 as we're going to get a performance from the cheerleaders here at halftime. But so far, it has been Henley punching in on 3 possessions, 21-7. And we were kind of talking about it here. Henley only had 3 true possessions. If you count that kneel there at the end of the half, they had 4, but 3 true possessions. They converted on all 3 in for touchdowns. A couple of things to take away from that. One, Henley's offense being efficient, about as efficient as you can be. But Hidden Valley playing a little bit of keep away tonight.
Yeah, Hidden Valley did a nice job controlling the ball, and at first it made it kind of look like maybe Henley's defense wasn't playing that well, but really they are. I mean, they're playing good, contained defense. They're not getting beat anything long. They're keeping the football in front of them. So only giving up 7, you can live with that, especially with this offense. I mean, when you get 3 tries and you get 3 scores, someone's got to figure out how to stop these guys. They are just, these last 2-3 games, the offense has been very good for the Hornets.
I can tell you what, we'd like it if they didn't figure out how to stop these guys. They look real efficient.
Exactly.
Their first drive of the game for the Hornets took them 4 plays to drive 65 yards. They capped it off with a 27-yard Christiani touchdown reception. Hidden Valley answered back with a monster drive, 15 plays, 7.5 minutes, capped it off with a 3-yard Daniel Iwamizu touchdown rush. Henley answered right back with their next drive, going 8 plays and about 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 seconds. They went 69 yards, capped that off with a 3-yard Logan Whitlock touchdown. Missed the extra point there on the kick from Sheen. It was blocked when the Hornets got the ball back. It was another touchdown drive for Henley. This time 8 plays. It took them 2 minutes and 9 seconds, capped that one off with a 12-yard Owen Sheen touchdown catch. Noticing a pattern, 2-3 minutes touchdown. Yes. Hornets offense, man, they just, aside from being efficient, they work quickly.
Yes, they have done that all year. Really great. And you're talking about patterns, and we've seen this in a couple of games. As there's only 2 quarters left now, Hidden Valley, those 7-8 minute drives, they need to speed those up a little bit. If you have a few of those, there's not enough time to catch up. So we may see some more passing, maybe some quicker play calling up to the line a little quicker from Hidden Valley in this half.
And as you bring that up, it is worth noting that Henley will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Right.
So it'll take a little bit of prowess from the Hidden Valley defense as well. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what else is happening around the state. Get you updated on the Big Sky Conference standings when we return on 104.960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com. At halftime, the Henley Hornets lead the Hidden Valley Mustangs 21-7.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it. But the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Welcome you back on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Got HD video on mybasin.com tonight. The Henley Hornets leading the Hidden Valley Mustangs 21-7 in this Big Sky Conference matchup. Coming into the night, Henley in a bit of a three-way tie for the top of the conference. Mazama 2-0 in league play. You know, they got that win on their record for this Friday night. It was a forfeit win. Ashland didn't end up being able to field the team, so Mazama taking the win there. So they are 5-0 overall. Mazama atop the Big Sky Conference. Then you've got Marshfield, who's also 2-0 in league play. They're 3-1 overall in the season, and they're over playing Junction City tonight, so that'll be an interesting one to keep track of, as the Hornets are also undefeated in league play thus far, although only playing that one contest. They are 4-0 overall in the season, so unbeaten overall this year. You've got Klamath Union. After that, they are 1-1. They are 2-2 overall, same as these Hidden Valley Mustangs, another 500 ball club, 1-1 in league play. And 2-2 overall. North Bend and Ashland each winless in league play. 1-3 for North Bend, 1-4 for Ashland. Again, collecting that loss against Mazama, as they were unable to field a team this evening. As we take a look at some of the other games going on in the Big Sky Conference, Klamath Union visiting North Bend, Marshfield again at Junction City. We were reminded at halftime that back in the Klamath Basin, Lost River was up on Bonanza 30-0. That's an interesting conference game with a couple of Basin teams there. Elsewhere, Chiloquin is at home against Camas Valley, and Cross Point Christian is taking on Prospect Butte Falls Co-op. They're back at Cross Point Christian School. If you look ahead to tomorrow, some college games coming our way. Number 13, Oregon, taking on Stanford at Autzen Stadium. But the early morning game, Oregon State taking on the number 12 Utah Utes at 11 a.m. Of course, if you tune our way at 9 a.m., you'll be able to find pregame coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Again, kickoff at 11. And join Mike Parker on 104.3 and 960. And NAIA football, Southern Oregon Raiders on the road against Eastern Oregon. Any of those games sparking your interest? We talked about that Oregon State game a little while ago, but interesting matchup for them after that USC game, which they just came so close, Kev.
Yeah, a couple of those games, like I usually watch about 12 hours of football on Saturday, so I have a feeling I'll catch all of them, at least part of all of them.
Yeah. So we take a look at the OSAA top 10. According to the rankings, Mazama is the best team in the state, followed by Baker, then these Henley Hornets are ranked third according to the numbers. Marist comes in at 4, followed by Scappoose at 5. Estacada is ranked 6th. Pendleton is at number 7. Madras, number 8. Cascade at 9. Then Woodburn is number 10 in the OSAA top 10. So we take a look at some of the other things going on this matchup. We mentioned the last couple of years, Kev, it's been close between the Mustangs and the Hornets. A couple of years ago, Hidden Valley won it by a field goal over at Hill O'Brien Field. Last year, we came over this way, and it was a 10-7 finish, the lowest scoring game the Hornets had all season.
Right.
But they came away with the win there, and tonight up by a couple of scores, 21-7. But Henley is 4-1 against Hidden Valley dating back to 2015. So even though these games have been close, Henley has had the edge against the Mustangs.
Yeah, they've always played tight, and those games could have gone either way down to the last play. So, yeah, we knew that they were in for a battle, and the score is 21-7, but it's been a close game. It really has. Ball control has probably been in the favor of Hidden Valley, and then, of course, Henley just scores quickly and often when they get it. So that's where we're at here at 21-7 at half.
It's a Big Sky Conference matchup. The Hornets looking to improve to 5-0 overall for the first time since 2019. The Mustangs looking to improve to just a game over 500, 1-1 in league play. Coming into tonight's matchup, they find themselves down 2 scores against the Henley Hornets. It's 21-7, and Henley leads as we are winding down halftime tonight here at Hidden Valley High School. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll be pretty dang close for third quarter football on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
The road can be a crazy place. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Help maximize your mileage with a free safety check. Just swing by. Les Schwab Tires, celebrating 70 years of doing the right thing.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
We are back at Hidden Valley High School. The score after one half is 21-7. We are just about ready for third quarter football on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Josh Eldridge with you along with Kevin Petrick. Kevin, before we get ready for this third quarter, any thoughts before we get started?
Well, I think this is a huge possession, the start of the third
Hornets
quarter.
will start with possession.
Yeah, the Henley will get the ball, and they're up 21-7. If they go up 28-7 with the way this game has been going, it makes you feel really good about their chances. If Hidden Valley at halftime came up with a scheme to slow down this Hornet offense and get the ball and score, then we've got a whole new game. So we've seen both. We saw Cascade have a good third quarter, and we've seen the Hornets also just dominate second half. So this will be a very interesting first possession coming up.
And so we do have a little bit more time before we start this third quarter of action as the players do get ready and warmed up down on the field. Take a look at some of these numbers for Henley. Coming into tonight's game, you look at the leaders statistically across the state, it is littered with Henley Hornets. Shaw Stork coming into tonight's game, 9th in the state in passing yards, 607. He is 4th in the state in passing touchdowns. He came in with 8 tonight. He was able to add 2 more. So 10 passing touchdowns this season for Shaw. Probably still right around 3rd, 4th in the state. As far as rushing, Logan Whitlock is tops in 2 categories. category, 674 rushing yards. That's good for second in the state. 10 rushing touchdowns. Add one more, that's 11. He's number 1 in the state in that category. In terms of receiving, Luke Bennett is 6th in the state, 14th in receiving touchdowns. Chris Janney right up there with him now after he caught his 3rd touchdown pass as well tonight. And then Owen Northcutt, he's not up there in terms of the statewide numbers, but impressive on the defensive end this year. 15 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss. And you talk about the statistics these Hornets are putting up. Not only are they winning games, but they've got some players that are among the best in the state.
Yeah, and we've seen some good offensive weapons emerge outside of Whitlock. Luke Bennett has become a solid receiver for Shaw, and as you said, he's one of the state leaders. Janney's also catching balls, Owen Sheen. So I'm really pleased with the way that they've produced from the wide receiver position this year.
Hidden Valley also has got some really strong players on their team. Daniel Iwamizu coming into tonight's game was 3rd in the state in rushing yards, 7th in rushing touchdowns, had 7, 580 rushing yards, by the way. And Austin Klingler, 15th in the state in rushing yards. He's carried the ball a couple of times tonight. He's just a little bit shy of 400 yards for the season. It's been a great game so far, and it looks like we are just about ready for the 3rd quarter of action. It's the Hornets up 21-7 on the road again tonight for the 4th time in 5 weeks. We will return home next week, but it is nice to kind of have that backloaded home schedule when you start to get in the games that really truly matter. They're going to be in front of a home crowd. A little bit tough here at the beginning of the season. I'm curious. I haven't done the math about cumulatively how many hours we've traveled, but I would guess probably the most in the state so far. Pretty dang close.
It could be. We've been on the road all but one game.
Well, the Hornets will start with the football after this kickoff. Henley tonight in their navy blue helmets with a yellow H on the side, yellow stripe down the middle with white jerseys and yellow numbering and lettering, yellow pants with a navy blue stripe. Tonight the Mustangs in blue uniforms with white numbering, orange trim, and white helmets. As the kick is up, it is punched out to about the 30. So the Hornets will fall on it at about the 35. And so that is where they will start their first possession of this second half.
I think that was Heim making the catch, one of the upbacks. Hidden Valley does interesting kickoffs. They kind of do kind of a pooch, kind of a straight-up kick. It's not deep at all. The ball ends up near the 30, so this one will be spotted at the 36. Pretty good field position for Henley to start.
1st and 10 Hornets. 2 receivers to either side of Stork. Whitlock back there as well. This is going to be a handoff to Whitlock, trying to bounce around the far side. He's got a little bit of room before finally being pushed out of bounds. I think he might be just short of the marker. Looked to be a gain of 9. We'll see if they give it to him. And they will. Whitlock with a first down on the first play from scrimmage in this second half.
Right at 10 yards. Typical Whitlock run. Got some good blocking to start. Shifty down the far sideline. Picked up 10.
First down of this half for Henley, 8th of the ball game. Here's 1st and 10 from the Hornets 46. Play action pass. Stork fires it over the middle. It's caught by Sheen. He gets the first down, a gain of 11. We'll see if they give it to him. Maybe 9 on the play. It looked like he had caught the ball a little bit forward, but tackled down.
It's right at the marker, so it'll be very short second down. Henley being aggressive. They want to get this game out of reach as soon as they can.
They lead 21-7, 10:38 to go in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 1. Stork dumping it off to the near receiver. It's Janney. He sheds one defender, has a little bit of room to get upfield, dragged down at the 27-yard line. That'll be good for a Hornets first down.
That was Bennett again. It's that tricky little play where he just makes a simple throw and he just kind of relies on Luke to make that player miss. He's not really being blocked, that defender. He just makes them miss and gets another big gain.
It'll be 1st and 10 now into Hidden Valley territory at the 33-yard line. 34, call it. Stork takes the snap. Design quarterback keeper along the right side. Stork finding a little bit of room upfield. Wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 5. It'll be a 2nd down.
The Hornets finding room. They really are. They're getting at least 4 or 5 yards every crack on this possession. They're looking over to Coach Pashy for the play. He's calling it in with the signals.
Hornets don't take too much time in a huddle. 3 wide to the near side. One to the far side, it'll be Sheen. A handoff to Whitlock. He finds a gap and shoots right through it for a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Good hard running off the right tackle side. And here's the first 3rd down, I believe, on this series. 3rd and 1.
Hornets tonight 2 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. Play action pass to the near side. The pass is complete, and we'll see if they gave the receiver forward progress. He was shoved backwards, but it's looking like the Hornets got their first down. I believe that was Janney on the catch.
It was a very short route, just right across the line of scrimmage, and the tackle made almost immediately. I thought he picked it up.
And it looked like...
It's very close. The officials are looking.
And they did. The chains are a-moving. First down, Hornets. 10th of the night. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Hidden Valley 24. Sheen off to the right. 3 receivers to the near side for Stork. Takes a high snap. Rolls out to his right. Moves up in the pocket. Tosses one to the end zone. It is caught for a Hornets touchdown.
That was Janney out there. He ran a post route, and Shaw hit him right in the back of the end zone, right in the middle of the field. What a nice throw and a nice catch.
That is Janney's 2nd touchdown tonight. 4th on the season is Shaw Stork with his 11th touchdown pass of the season. Puts the Hornets up 27-7. Now awaiting the extra point. The Hornets went for 2 earlier from this formation, but we'll see if they decide to go for the kick or if they decide to roll with something tricky again.
Here comes the shift.
And so it looks like we will get the boot from Owen Sheen.
It's taken them a while. They need to hustle to get this play off.
Sheen 10 for 16 on extra point attempts this season. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. The Hornets up 28-7 with 8:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. They find themselves up big, and the Hidden Valley Mustangs will get a chance to answer as we continue our coverage of Hornets football on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD Vid, mybasin.com.
Oregon Tech men and women basketball season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $75 for 30 games. Come help us celebrate our 75th anniversary and cheer on the Hustlin' Owls. Reserved season seats start at $175. And our all-new Family Pass gets a family of 4 in on the action starting at just $200. Go to OregonTechOwls.com/tickets to order. We will see you at Danny Miles Court.
And we're back on 104.3 960 Sports with HD Video on mybasin.com. The Hornets up now 28-7. They engineered a 6-play drive going 65 yards in 3 minutes and 6 seconds, capping it off with a 24-yard connection between Chris Janney and Shaw Stork for their 5th touchdown of the night. Extra point is good, 28-7 Hornets.
I think Shaw is throwing the ball really, really well, especially these last couple of weeks. His passes have been on the money. He's making some really difficult and really nice throws.
So Sheen will do the honors on the kick. It is up. It is going to bounce around at the 25, and the Mustangs save it from going out of bounds, and they will start at their own 25. Interesting decision. I'll let that one bounce kind of out, but
yeah,
they will start at the 25.
There were some Hornets streaking down the field. They almost got to the ball in time.
Kind of reminiscent about what Cascade did to them last week.
That's right. Sometimes you learn from those plays. Henley gave it a try there. But Hidden Valley did come up with it, and they'll start about the 25, looks like.
Hidden Valley's last drive to end the first half was a punt. Went out in 5 plays. Their one scoring drive lasted 7.5 minutes and went 15 plays. Started from fairly similar field position. Here's 1st and 10 for Hidden Valley as they drive from left to right. This is going to be a sweep coming to the near side. Iwamizu tried to vault over a Hornets defender and is down after a gain of about 5. It'll be second down.
I think that was Owen Northcutt he was trying to get over, and Owen got a piece of him, just enough to bring him down.
It'll be 2nd and 5, Hidden Valley, as a little bit of a difference from what we saw in the first half with the hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. This time finally getting to the football.
They're taking their time here a little bit.
They don't have a lot of it. Down 28-7, 8:02 to go in the third. 2nd and 5. Iwamizu sent out wide. Klingler, design keepers. He tries to roll left, and he gets wrestled down for a gain of, call it 4. It'll be 3rd and 1.
That was another nice play by Owen Northcutt. He made his way through the line quickly and he found himself in pursuit. He had to run and catch the ball carrier, and he did just that. Good tackle.
3rd and 1 on the way for Hidden Valley. They've had success on 3rd down tonight. Quite a bit of success, I might add. They are 5 for 7 on such attempts. This time 3rd and short from their own 35. Klingler takes a snap under center, tosses it out to Iwamizu along the near side. Iwamizu cuts upfield, gets the first down. Tough to bring down. There's a flag at the 50, and Iwamizu brought down at the 45. So it was a gain of about 9 on the play, but there is a flag down.
When Iwamizu gets outside and gets a little steam, he's very tough to bring down. The officials are sorting out this penalty.
It's tossed behind the play, or in front of the play, I guess I should say. It'll be holding against Hidden Valley, and so this one is coming back. No first down. They will get to redo 3rd down.
Yeah, that's a costly one because they did have a first down near midfield, and this will bring up a 3rd and not too long. 3rd, maybe just a couple.
3rd and, well, did they walk the ball back? This is about 3rd and 1 again. And
the penalty occurred downfield a ways, so by the time they marked it back.
Right, now they're walking it back a couple of yards. I was curious about that. So they are going to walk it back. It'll be 3rd and about 6 when it's all said and done. So for a Mustangs team that's been solid on 3rd down tonight, nothing is out of the question. 6:49 to go in the third. Henley up 28-7. Same formation for the Mustangs. This time a direct handoff to Iwamizu, who's wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but that will bring up 4th.
Henley collapsed very well. That defense just smothered that play. Owen Northcutt again with the tackle. We've called his name a lot in this 3rd quarter. And now 4th down.
The Mustangs opting to punt.
Yeah, with the ball on the 30, you almost have to kick here.
The kick is going to be held by Iwamizu. He brings it along the far sideline before finally unleashing the kick. It's fielded by Bennett at the 35, and he runs out of bounds after cutting up field for a gain of 6 or 7, it looks like. But Iwamizu rolled around to the left before unleashing that kick. Sort of a strange play, but the Hornets will take possession.
You know what? He may have had the option to run that. That might have been one of those plays where he kind of looked, and I think it was up to him to see what he saw. If he saw a lane to maybe get the first down to run it, and then if he saw that he wasn't going to make it, he went ahead and punted the football. That was interesting.
They're going to mark it at the Henley 39, I believe. But the officials are having a little bit of a conversation about midfield. Ball hasn't been officially placed yet by any of the officials. It looks like someone's carrying a flag. But again, yeah, I don't know what they would be talking about down there about midfield. If you're watching the video stream on mybasin.com, you can see the Henley Hornets in their huddle right now, coached by Alex Stork in his 6th season. He's had great success with Henley, 32-17 in his about 5.5 years as the Henley coach. Graduate of Klamath Union High School, attending Southern Oregon University, and it looks like we might get a signal from our white cap here. Personal foul against Henley. Personal foul against Hidden Valley, so they are offsetting.
At the end of the play on the far sideline, the tackle was made just out of bounds or on the sideline. I think a few of the players got into a little bit of a skirmish over there. I didn't see the flags initially, but I'm sure that's what happened.
And so with offsetting penalties, we'll see where they mark this football. It looks like it's moving pretty far downfield. Wow, really far downfield, unless they decide to just redo the punt.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
But that doesn't make quite a lot of sense.
If it happened after the play, you would think Henley would have possession. Maybe it.
Why? Very strange. So we're going to redo 4th and 5. It'll be another punt for Hidden Valley. And Bennett is back to receive. He's stationed at about the 37. Iwamizu with the boot. That is going to go out of bounds. And so Henley will take over probably just in front of their own 45, maybe right at the 45.
The ball ended up the same place it was before, so that didn't make much of a difference there.
You know, what can you do?
Sometimes things just work out.
So Henley's going to take it from the 45. They've got 5:49 to go in this third quarter. They're up 28-7.
Well, they're 4 for 4 on possessions. They've had it 4 times. They've scored 4 touchdowns.
That's efficiency.
That certainly is. So they're going to go out and just try to do their thing.
Stork, play action pass, unloading one to Sheen down the sideline. It is swatted down. On the coverage was Breardy, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That throw was a little bit short. It was meant to be a deep route down the sideline and almost picked off. But Henley will get another shot. 2nd down.
Breardy got both hands on it, but just kind of slammed it to the turf. I don't think he was really going for the pick on that one.
We haven't seen a turnover tonight, I don't believe.
That's clean football.
From either team, yes.
2nd and 10. This is going to be a handoff to Whitlock coming along the near side. Breaks off one tackle, moves upfield before being wrapped up and brought down at the 48. And one thing you love about Whitlock, he got rolled up, brought down, but he popped right back up, all in one motion. That's athleticism. It's strong.
He likes that little spin. He did a couple spins on that one to evade tacklers. It really works for him. He's able to shed tacklers by doing that.
That will bring up 3rd down for the Hornets. 3rd and about 7. Long one to convert for Henley, a team who is tonight just 2 for 3. No, pardon me, 3 for 4. Stork rolling to his right, trying to find a pass. Feels pressure to his right now, coming around to his left. He's got some daylight, trying to cut upfield. He's up there. He's got the 1st down and then some. Now cutting around. He's up past the 35, brought down at the 31. Shaw Stork with another great run. Call it 19 on the gain and a Hornets 1st down. Haven't seen him have to do that too much this season, Kevin. He hasn't had to scramble and improvise too much, but man, that skill doesn't go away for him.
It doesn't, and that's what makes him special. He rolled to his right, got some pressure, had to come clear back to his left, and when he turned that corner, he saw there was a lot of open field in front of him, and he picked up a lot of yards.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31. Into Hidden Valley territory as the Hornets drive downfield. Stork dropping back to pass. It is a reverse, and now having it on the near side, tossing it downfield. It is incomplete. That looked to be Janney on kind of the reverse double pass option. Don't even know what you would call that play, but it didn't work out. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was kind of a reverse pass. Shaw flipped it to Janney on the reverse. He rolled to the near side, and Bennett was down there, and he got his head. It was a pretty good play. Just didn't quite make the catch. It was a good effort.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hornets, still at the Hidden Valley 31. There is 4:19 to go in the 3rd, and Henley up 28-7. Stork, handoff to Whitlock. Again, spins off one defender, staying on his feet, trudging upfield, and a gain of 8 on the play for Whitlock. I'd be curious what the stat for Logan is for yards. What would that be? Yards after contact, after he's hit by once?
Yeah.
I mean, he gets hit once and he doesn't go down.
He's very elusive. Definitely one of his strengths. Good carry gets them almost another first down. It'll be 3rd and like a long 2.
Hornets have converted on 3rd down once already this drive. And again, you said, 3rd and 2. The yard to gain is the 21. They're at about the 23. Sheen out to the right. Stork, a handoff to Whitlock. He finds a little bit of room. He's wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 4. That'll be good enough for a Hornets first down.
That was a nice crease created by that Hornets line. If they make a hole, Logan's good. He'll spot it. He'll make his way through it.
1st and 10 Hornets from the 19. And they get Hidden Valley to jump on the hard count. That'll move it up after the offsides.
I don't know if I've seen Henley just so methodical in moving the football. They're just calling their play. They're executing. They're just moving the ball. Just drawn up. They really are executing well.
They look real confident, I'd say.
They do, yes.
1st and 5 for the Hornets. Sheen again out to the right for Stork. Whitlock there beside him. Play action pass looking for Sheen on the slant. It is caught and into the end zone. Another Hornets touchdown. It's like clockwork. They're up 34-7.
Very nice. Once again, that scoring pass is that slant. Everyone's kind of looking for a run. Shaw just takes a step, hits Owen on the slant for another touchdown.
That's Sheen's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. That one from 19 yards out. Or pardon me, about 15 yards out, I should say. Now an opportunity to kick the extra point. It is no good.
Look, Tyler Van Boven may have got a hand on that for the Mustangs. He got a good jump.
The score will remain 34-7 Hornets. They've got themselves a fairly sizable lead with 2:39 to go in this 3rd quarter. That drive for Henley lasting 8 plays and just about 3 minutes. Call it 3 minutes and 6 seconds on that drive, capping it off again with a 15-yard Owen Sheen Shaw Stork connection for Shaw tonight. That is his 4th passing touchdown, puts him up at 12 on the year. That is his season high for a game. He was already at his season high for a game, having only 2 before, but looking good tonight.
Yeah, I think he's throwing the ball very well, and if you get a quarterback who plays like that with the way this offense is humming along, they're going to be tough to beat.
Hidden Valley getting ready for their 2nd possession after this kickoff. Back to receive for the Mustangs is going to be Reese Cannot, along with Braxton Breardy. Sheen to kick. The kick is up. A line drive, bounces around the 20, fielded at the 15 by Cannot, brings it up past the 30, dragged down past the 35.
Kickoff return by Reese Cannot.
Reese Cannot on the return again. He's fast, and man, he fielded a ground ball there. That was an interesting kick there by Sheen, but a nice job by Cannot to bring it upfield, and the Mustangs will start with the football.
Rylan Fox on the tackle for Henley.
At the 35, the Mustangs have got 2:32 left to go in this 3rd quarter. The score 34-7 Henley. They'll start in the near hash as Klingler will start with an empty backfield, 5 wide for the Mustangs. A man in motion is Breardy. Klingler dumps it off to Breardy on the quick pass. He cuts upfield. up for a gain of maybe 3. It'll bring up second.
Logan Whitlock, first one on the scene.
Whitlock, another guy who's been active on defense this year. 15 solo tackles for him on the year. As well as he rushes the football, he's got great eyes for a linebacker.
Yeah, Hornets have some good players that will play offense and both defense as well. Yeah.
2nd and 7 for Hidden Valley from their own 41. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third. Henley up 34-7. Iwamizu out wide to the left. Now coming back to join Klingler in the backfield. And flag. Could be delay of game.
Yep.
And so this one coming back. 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs. And his team hustled to the line quite a bit in that first half, but second delay of game penalty in this contest. And those ones can be detrimental when you're trying to come back into a game down by 4 scores.
Certainly. Sometimes it's hard for a young team to do that. You need to hurry, but it's easier said than done, and we've seen some mistakes.
2nd and 11. Breardy in motion. Klingler rolling to the left. Going to dump it off to the near receiver. It's Humphrey, but he is wrapped up and wrestled down. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd for the Mustangs. Again, these screen passes, the Hornets have done a good job of sniffing them out, not letting them get too far downfield.
The defense has made some nice adjustments also. That one drive looked pretty impressive from Hidden Valley, but Henley's come around and they haven't given really anything up since then.
3rd and 13. Under a minute now to go in the third. Henley up 34-7. Klingler alone in the backfield. Takes a snap, looking left, now checks right. Feels the pressure, fires down middle of the field. It's intercepted! Hornets bringing it back. There's a flag down, up past midfield, brought down past the 40 at the 37.
And there's Mark Carpenter.
I was saying, I thought that was Carpenter.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be wrong, but that's his 3rd pick of the year.
Yeah, he has a good sense for the ball. He knows how to get those interceptions.
There is a flag down right about where the catch was made at the 49-yard line on the Hidden Valley side of the field. Find out what the call is here from our Whitecap tonight. It's going to be holding against Henley. I imagine it was after the interception, so the Hornets should still get the football.
Yeah, the way the teams are looking, it does look like Henley will get the ball. So nice. There's that first turnover we were talking about earlier. Get some takeaways, and that makes everything better. So good field position for the Hornets to start this drive.
It'll be 1st and 10. They take it over at their own 45, where they started their last drive. As a matter of fact, although this time with just 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, they are up 34-7. Stork back there with Whitlock. Shaw on the misdirection, hands it to Logan. He has some room, cutting upfield, past the 50, now past the 45. Sheds one more defender, up past the 40, inside the 35, now the 30, past the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hornets.
Touchdown, Henley Hornets.
That's just one of those plays where it looks like Henley's getting stronger as the game is going. And that was a terrific run. It was almost a touchdown from the snap. I mean, he was through that line, he was broke outside, and it was a foot race. One play drive.
Looks like they're going to go for 2 to try to recoup that lost extra point earlier. Put them up 5 touchdowns. This is going to be a quick screen pass, and did he get it? It looks like he is in.
Conversion is good.
That may put us in a running clock. With 20 seconds left to go here in the third.
It's 42-7, and you're right, up 35. Could be the situation, although imagine that would happen after the kickoff. Right, I'm not quite sure of the exact ruling. Once the clock starts again, though, it wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Either way, you are right, up 35 in the state of Oregon. You go up by a running clock. And speaking of rules with the OSAA, I'm not sure if you saw this, but as a young man myself, I thought this was really interesting. The Oregon Schools Activities Association earlier this week announced a partnership with a company called Playfly. Did you see this?
I did see that.
Yeah, the esports coming to Oregon, and I'm not sure how into that whole scene you were, but I'll tell you what, when I was a teenager, that was like what I did. I think this is so cool for high school kids.
Yeah, it's a program for some more kids to get involved. Is competitive Donkey Kong one of those?
I don't know if you can play competitive.
Yeah,
although,
I think I might be too old for this.
That's okay.
Pong? Is Pong available?
Although when you're talking, you can play as Donkey Kong in Super Smash Bros., which is going to be one of the games they can play, so maybe we'll get you involved.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to need some help, some quick studying to join that group.
Yeah, I'll catch you up on all that you might have missed from the video gaming world in the past 30 years.
All right, thank you.
It's 42-7. Henley leads with 20 seconds to go in the third. That drive for the Hornets lasting all of one play. Whitlock taking it to the house for a 55-yard house call, and the Hornets up 42-7.
I'm guessing we'll see a lot of new faces here in the fourth quarter. Henley putting together just a really good game here on the road at Hidden Valley.
And so they're moving the ball up 10 yards. I believe there was a flag after the fact. And so Henley going to be kicking it off from the other side of midfield at the 45. And Sheen likely going to put a jolt into this one, send it to the end zone. He's got a strong boot on him. The kick is up. That is going to be fielded at the 1. Hidden Valley taking it out. Connaught is brought down before reaching the 20, call it the 17, and that is where Hidden Valley will start this drive.
Jason Kern with the initial hit. Nolan Northcutt helped him out. Good special teams tackle.
Hidden Valley will start this possession at their own 17, 1st and 10, as they drive from left to right. In the waning minutes, or seconds, I should say, of the third quarter, there's 13.6 ticks to go before the final period. Henley up 42-7. Looking for a score update from Lost River. It looks like they're up 40-0 up against Bonanza. Lost River been one of the top teams in the state all season long at the 1A. 1st and 10 for Hidden Valley. It is a toss to Iwamizu. Tries to go left, cuts back right, and is wrestled down for a loss of 5 on the play.
That's Cooper. Cooper Grow once again. That was a big loss.
And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter on that play right there. 42-7. And Henley leads the Hidden Valley Mustangs as we enter the final frame here in Murphy, Oregon. You've got HD video on mybasin.com. Hornets football on the air. 104.3 and 960 Sport.
Wait. All I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face. I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Hidden Valley High School Booster Club. And Hidden Valley would also like to thank Big O Spuds for the delicious food tonight. If you haven't visited their food truck, please do so. Thank you again, Big O Spuds.
Fourth quarter of action getting started on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD video on mybasin.com as we enter the final frame. 42-7 is the score. And the Hornets are taking care of business here on the road so far. Still a quarter left to play. It'll be 2nd and 14 for Hidden Valley from their own 14. Klingler taking the direct snap, trying to cut up to this side of the field. Has a little bit of room before being brought down. Call it a gain of 5 on the play. Maybe more. That'll bring up third and about 6.
Mark Carpenter making the stop. And we are seeing some new players defensively.
We'll try to get them for you as we continue throughout the possession. Klingler alone in the backfield, takes the direct snap, trying to roll right with it, has a little bit of room along the sideline. He is wrapped up and brought down after a gain of 3. Short of the first down, brings up 4th and 1.
I think that was Fox over there on the far side. Good stop.
Hidden Valley's second string defenders. Before I make this comment, I think the officials are trying to decide whether or not this is going to be a first down, potentially. It looked a bit short to me, but unsure. Regardless, as I was saying, the Henley second string defenders have gotten quite a bit of work this season with their offense being so potent. These reps that you get for these defenders still very important.
Yeah. These downs matter because this is great experience you're getting at a varsity level. And this will only help you later in the season or in future seasons. These younger players get in there.
So no first down for the Mustangs, but they are going to go for it here on 4th and 1. On 4th down conversions tonight, they're 1 for 2. This is going to be a handoff to Iwamizu, coming to the near side. He cuts upfield, up past the 30, stays on his feet, up to the 35, out of bounds at the 36. A good carry there by the senior Iwamizu. Good for a Hidden Valley first down.
Nichols got to him first, and then Carpenter finished off the tackle.
And by my tally, Kev, that's Hidden Valley's first down this half.
Yeah, Henley just dominated coming up in the second half. And the clock is not running. I'm not sure if it's a running clock situation for those
There we
who
go.
are
It's
listening.
up again now. 9:51 and counting.
I thought it might be, but we'll just keep an eye on it.
35 tends to happen here. 1st and 10 for Hidden Valley from their own 37. Klingler dropping back to pass, rolling to his right, trying to find a man downfield. He's going to dump it off to Humphrey, who is brought down out of bounds. Upfield for 11 yards and a Mustangs first down.
Wyatt Fussell in the ball game. He makes the tackle.
It'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs from their own 48. Driving upfield. This will be the 5th play of the drive for Hidden Valley.
A little different look for the Mustangs.
3 men in the backfield, and a man in motion is Breardy. Klingler takes the snap, rolling to his left, dumping it off to Humphrey again on the near sideline. Humphrey takes a block now, cuts upfield. He is wrestled down after a gain of about 8 yards. Humphrey again able to get upfield there. 2nd down Mustangs.
Matt Iverson with the tackle.
It's going to be 2nd and about 2. Five wide for Hidden Valley again. Klingler alone in the backfield. Takes the snap. Has time to throw. Moving to his right a little bit. Dumps it off to Stone, but can't make the catch. The throw is a little bit behind Stone, so we'll try 3rd down for Hidden Valley.
Klingler's done a nice job throwing the ball around tonight. He's made good, accurate throws for the most part. That one just fell incomplete, so that'll bring up a 3rd down. About 2.
Yard to gain is the 43 for Hidden Valley into Henley territory now. Klingler again alone in the backfield. Brierty in motion from left to right. Klingler takes the snap. Quick dump pass to Brierty. Cuts upfield, and he will fall forward for a gain of 3 and a Mustangs first down.
It's like Nolan Northcutt over there.
First down Mustangs, another third down conversion for them tonight. After a scorching hot first half in terms of third down conversions, the Mustangs have come back down to earth a little bit, 6 for 10 on such attempts tonight. First and 10 for Hidden Valley from the 42. Klingler trying to find Stone, overthrows his man. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
It's a good game plan tonight by the Henley coaches. We don't mention all the coaches, maybe real quickly. Coach Pashy, Coach Roach, Coach Chad Albert, Matt Green, Chris Benjamin, Mike Eddy, Will Conrad, Kay Shively, Rick Giampetri, all on the staff. I know Coach Stork relies on his staff a lot, and they've done a really good preparation for these first 5 games.
And the Whitecap coming to the near side for Hidden Valley. I'm not quite sure what this would be. They're trying to roll the clock a little bit. I think that might have been the conversation. Unsure. I think they're just trying to get the clock running.
Yeah, I was confused a little bit because the clock was stopping on its normal stoppage situations, and it should be just running at this point.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, Hidden Valley. 6:20 and counting in the final frame. Henley up 42-7. Klingler carrying this one, design quarterback keeper. Nice run there. Call it a gain of 4, maybe 5. And that will bring up 3rd down for the Mustangs. This will be the 10th play of the drive coming up.
Wyatt Fussell on the scene, making his tackle.
He's been pretty active tonight as well.
He has. He plays a lot of special teams, has a couple of tackles here on defense, just on this drive.
.540 and counting to go in the ball game. 42-7, Henley leads against Hidden Valley. It'll be 3rd and 4. Timeout is going to be called by Hidden Valley. We'll take this timeout too. The score 42-7, and Henley leads on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD video on My Basin. Dom.
Ortec men and women basketball season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $75 for 30 games. Come help us celebrate our 75th anniversary and cheer on the Hustlin' Owls. Reserved season seats start at $175. And our all-new Family Pass gets a family of 4 in on the action starting at just $200. Go to OregonTechOwls.com/tickets to order. We will see you at Danny Miles Court.
And we're back on 104.3, 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com. The score 42-7, and Henley leads with 5:30 to go in the ball game. Running clock situation. Hidden Valley faces a 3rd and 5. Sending Iwamizu in motion. Empties the backfield for Klingler. And as the snap, there is a flag down on the opposite side of the field. False start against the Mustangs, and so this will only be coming back on 3rd down.
This Henley group having a chance here to stop this drive. They're playing well.
So they're moving it back. It'll be 3rd and 10 for Hidden Valley. Again, 6 for 10. Pardon me, 7 for 11 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Here they go on 3rd and 10. Empty in the backfield for Klingler. Trying to dump it off to the near side to Iwamizu. Makes the catch. Breaks one tackle. Still up and finally brought down after a gain of about 3. Iwamizu proven tough to take down. The Hornets finally drag him to the ground. That brings up 4th.
No shortage of effort from that young man. Despite the score and the time, he plays hard clear through the play and clear through the game. Nice job. That brings up the 4th down.
And the Mustangs looking to keep the offense out there. Get the other down in. 4 minutes and counting to go in the ball game. 42-7. Again, a running clock is in effect. New quarterback in for Hidden Valley is going to be Matthew. He rolls to his right, fires downfield, and the pass is caught by Breardy.
It's a nice throw and catch. Rolled to his right, made a good throw on the run. Enough for a first down.
First down Mustangs, and they are at the 30. Driving downfield, putting it together nicely as Klingler back in the game, taking it to the near side. A flag is thrown, and tackle is made along the near sideline. But again, a flag right about the line of scrimmage. Pardon me, that was Matthew still in the game for Hidden Valley. But we'll see what this call ends up being here on the flag. Going against Hidden Valley.
Looks like it's a hold. The Hornets did a nice job of stringing that play along the sidelines with no real gain. And then they drew a holding penalty. Clock still running. We're at 3 minutes.
And as we think about who our Mountain Mike's player of the game is going to be, we'll go with another guy who had a pretty good night on the defensive end. How about Mark Carpenter coming up with an interception that helped seal the deal for Henley tonight? It's 1st and 20. A handoff coming to the near side for Iwamizu. He will be taken down out of bounds.
Good pursuit by Cooper Grow. He makes a tackle. He's played all night. Done a nice job.
It'll be 2nd and about 13, so a nice gain of 7 there coming in for Iwamizu. And again, clock running, 2:19 to go in the ball game. And Henley up 42-7. Matthew calls for the snap, another handoff. This time with some room up inside the 20 before being brought down. That will be a Mustang first down.
Kern making a tackle.
Priority on the carry for the Mustangs.
This Henley defensive unit, they're getting some good action here tonight. This is a good series of reps for them.
Certainly a lot of downs being played on this drive. This will be the 15th play of the drive coming up for Hidden Valley. Another long one for him. Matthew calling for the snap, sending Humphrey in motion. This is a sweep along the far side. Humphrey sheds one defender before cutting upfield. Has a little bit of room. He's fighting inside the 5, brought down before reaching the end zone. But the Jets sweep for Humphrey. Another Mustang first down. And Hidden Valley trying to put together a scoring drive in the final minute of this ball game. 50 seconds to go. And they are trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kyle Nichols made the touchdown-saving tackle.
This is going to be a handoff to Breardy, and he is just short, it looks like, down at the 1.
The whole gang of Hornets in on that stop, just short.
26 seconds to go in the ball game. Hidden Valley trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. And Matthew back there with Breardy. This is going to be another handoff to Breardy. Wrapped up and brought down at the 1 again. Now 12 seconds. Do the Mustangs get another play? They're going to call a timeout so that way they can with 9.1 to go. And in a game that's already decided, I still don't mind this timeout.
No, you know what? I like the sense of pride we're seeing from both teams.
Absolutely.
Hidden Valley wants to score. This Henley defensive second unit, they want to stop it. It's good football. I like what I'm seeing. We'll see what happens here on this third down.
Tonight's game brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything's in working order at Les Schwab Tires. Would also like to thank the folks at Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. All right, one final play before tonight's festivities are over. The Mustangs trying to punch in a touchdown from the 1. It's 3rd and goal, 42-7 Hornets, but the Mustangs have been driving. Matthew under center for the Mustangs. This is going to be a handoff to Breardy, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Hidden Valley, and that will bring us to the end of the ball game. We'll see if they go with an extra point, as the clock would technically stop, as it's no longer a 35-point ball game. But the score now 42-13, and they are going to go for the extra point kick as Hall to do the honors. The kick is up, and it is good. The final score tonight from Murphy, Oregon. The Henley Hornets taking this one 42-14. Lots to talk about, and we will cover it all when we come back and continue post-game coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com. We'll also talk to our Mountain Mike's player of the game coming up in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. Final score tonight, 42-14. We're on air, 104.3, 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
And we're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. We're joined now by our Mountain Mike's player of the game, Mark Carpenter. Mark, great game. You guys came away with a big win. Talk to me about your thoughts after that game.
Well, we all played really good. The defense was a little bit slow in the first half, and I definitely did not play my part in the first half. In the second half, we all, after halftime, we wanted to change it and obviously not let them score. And then I got that pick, and that was just a big game changer for me and really brought my confidence back after that first half.
You seem to be real active on defense. It's your third pick on the season, right? Talk to me about the emotional charge about getting kind of a momentum-changing interception like that.
Well, it was really cool because right after Logan gets that run and touchdown, and then we get that two-point conversion, and that was just really big momentum right after the pick. And,
this team coming into tonight, Hidden Valley, they like to run the football, and you guys stuffed the run pretty well. Talk to me about some of the work you guys did in practice this week to prepare for tonight's game.
Well, we definitely changed it a little bit. We focused more on outside run with number 8 because he likes to run that rock outside for sure. And so we had to keep him contained outside, push him back inside, and let the linemen work.
Pretty solid win tonight. Well-traveled team. You guys have been on the road a lot, but you finally get to go home next week against Klamath Union. Thoughts about playing a crosstown rival?
It's going to be a fun game. It's our homecoming game, and it should be a fun game against them. I think it'll be good competition.
Do you have a date to homecoming yet, Mark Carpenter?
No, she goes to Mazama.
Oh, no, gosh. Traitor. That's okay. Well, appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. Mark, you've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella, toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn Way. In your Walmart shopping center, Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Mark, thank you. Enjoy that pizza, and go enjoy this one with your team.
Thank you.
Mark Carpenter with us, the Mountain Mike's player of the game tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we will talk about this game that we saw tonight here in Murphy, Oregon. So stick with us tonight, 104.3, 960 Sports. Henley wins 42-14.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union.
We're back on 104.3, 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com. Final score from Murphy tonight. The Henley Hornets taking a win 42-14. Good game from Henley tonight. Offensive efficiency, Ken. We talked about it all night, but the Hornets scored on every possession.
They're becoming a dominant team, and it's really exciting to see how this season is shaping up. There's only 2 undefeated teams in 4A. They both reside in Klamath Falls. We have both of the inter-Klamath rivalries to come in the schedule. It's just a really, really great time to be following football in Klamath. I'm really excited for this team.
Shaw Stork threw the ball around real well tonight. Count them. I've got, 4 passing touchdowns tonight for Shaw. That is his season high for a single game. Man, he was placing the ball real well. The whole team, but Shaw especially, showed real confidence tonight.
Right, and that's what, no turnovers. You don't turn the ball over. Right. You get a takeaway or two and play good defense, you're going to win games. And really impressed with how the offense keeps the ball. They don't give it away. They make really, really good decisions. And I think they scored on every possession.
Right, they did.
Yeah.
They did. They scored on every single possession tonight. And real quick, before we take a look around the state, the defense tonight, they had one mission. It was to stop Daniel Iwamizu.
Yes.
He's the state's third best rusher. Henley did that tonight, and they looked pretty good doing it. They were able to stuff the outside run very nicely, and they handled business.
They did. That's not an easy task. He's a good runner, and they have a good run game. And Henley's scheme was successful tonight. Well done.
With this win tonight, the Hornets improved to 5-0 for the first time since 2019. They are back in the running for the Big Sky Conference lead. Marshfield, Mazama, and Henley each 2-0 in league play. Mazama and Henley both 5-0 again. Kev, you mentioned only 2 undefeated teams left in the state. Reside, about 10 minutes from each other?
Yeah, right there.
That's pretty exciting.
It is.
Marshfield is also right there in the mix for the league crown. They're 3-1 overall. They do have that 2-0 league mark. Klamath Union 1-1, 2-2 overall. Hidden Valley dropping to 1-2 in league play. They are 2-3 overall this season. North Bend and Ashland are winless in league so far. Don't have an update for the Klamath Union at North Bend game, although when we do, we'll be able to check you in on that. You can visit osaa.org tonight for all of the final scores. A couple other games happening in the Basin tonight. Lost River taking care of business against Bonanza. Did we get a final score from that? Last we checked, it was 40-0 with a running clock.
Right.
I would say safe to say that Lost River finished that game off. Also, Chiloquin was playing Camas Valley tonight. Cross Point Christian at home against Prospect and Butte Falls. Before we let you go tonight, remind you that if you tune our way tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., you'll be able to find pregame coverage of the Oregon State Beavers on the road in Utah, taking on the 12th-ranked Utes. Game time is actually set for 11 o'clock, but again, pregame coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports starts at 9 a.m. With that, there's not much left to be said about this game. Henley looked good, 42-14. Any final thoughts, Kevin?
No, good complete game. That's what you want this time of the year. We're right in the middle, and the Hornets are right where they want to be, and you never know. You get those in-town rivalries. That's our next opponent, KU.
Klamath Union, yeah. Yep. Home next week. It's the homecoming game. Sure love to win that one in front of the home crowd. Well, with that tonight, it about does it for us. We'd like to thank you watching tonight's MyBasin.com coverage of Henley Hornets football. We'd like to thank a couple of the folks that made tonight's broadcast possible, but first we'll remind you that at any time you can go back and watch an archived replay of this event by simply logging on to mybasin.com, go into sports, hit and watch. You'll find us right there, mybasin.com, your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to everything else in between. Check us out online at mybasin.com. Final score tonight, 42-14. We'd like to thank some of the folks that make this broadcast possible. Of course, Travis Howard, the athletic director here at Hidden Valley, for getting us set up tonight, and both head coaches for working with the broadcast this evening, Coach Mike Fanger at Hidden Valley and Coach Alex Stork at Henley High School. Final score tonight, the Hornets improving to 5-0, taking care of business on the road. 42-14 win over Hidden Valley. For Kevin Petrick, I'm Josh Eldridge saying good night from Murphy, Oregon.